Next, we will announce the winners of the President's Awards, a most esteemed category of the legal awards. These awards not only recognise outstanding achievements that promote and advance the legal profession, but also honour those contributions which have benefited the community. Nominations for the President's Awards are invited from all corners of the Victorian legal profession for 9 award categories. A judging panel of 3 judges is established for each award category. Each judging panel considers all nominations for that category, and then they select a short list of finalists before selecting the winner. Their job is often difficult as they're faced with nominees who have all achieved so much or made outstanding contributions to the community. It can be a tough job just picking the one winner. For each award category, we'll first read out the name of each finalist and tell you a bit about that finalist. As I read out your name, I would like to invite you to stand up at your table so that acknowledgement can be made for your amazing achievements. After the finalists are called, I will announce the winner of the award category. The first category is the Access to Justice Award. There are 3 finalists shortlisted for the President's Award in the Access to Justice category. First is Nekvapil, a barrister at the Victorian Bar. Emrys's commitment to providing access to justice is demonstrated through his pro bono advocacy as a duty barrister at the Flemington and Kensington Community Legal Centre, Youth Law and the Federation of Community Legal Centres. He is currently acting as pro bono counsel in the following cases: a federal court race discrimination proceeding for 11 young African Australians. This is an extremely important case with the potential to change police practices in Victoria. And a judicial review case appealing a decision of the OPI not to independently investigate a police complaint involving allegations of cruel and inhumane treatment. Emrys Nekvapil. Second is Rob Melaseka, partner at Melaseka, Kelly and Zayler. Rob has been a strong advocate of the importance of rehabilitation and drug and alcohol counselling in the sentencing process for over 4 decades now. In the last year, the Office of Corrections has heeded Rob's warnings for change in respect of high security and witness protection prisoners. By virtue of his work, he was appointed as chair of the Victorian Custody Issues Group. He has been active in the Victorian Custody Reference Group that advocates on behalf of prisoners for improved conditions, rights and access to information, assistance and support after they're released from custody. Rob Melaseka. Third finalist is Sean Selleck, Special Counsel, Mallison Stephen Jarks. Sean was instrumental in setting up the Mallisons in the Community program and Mallison's involvement with the Pilch Homeless Persons Legal Clinic scheme. The scheme has gone on to assist more than 660 clients who are homeless or at risk of being homeless. As team leader of the scheme, Sean coordinates outreach legal services to these clients. He also works closely with the Melbourne City Mission, where he has assisted hundreds of marginalised clients to assert their legal rights. Sean has supervised more than 300 of the clinic lawyers and is held in high regard by his peers. Sean. And I now invite the winner to come to the stage to collect their award and say a few words. The winner is Rob Melaseka from Melaseka, Kelly and Zayler.
Look, I'm so surprised and so honoured. I think lawyers are the absolute best people in the world. You know, when I was a young fellow, everyone said, "What do you want to be?" You know, and I wanted to be a lawyer, not a doctor, not a judge, because in Italy, if you're a lawyer, you're everything. They call you dottore and you're onore. So, you know, absolutely, we lawyers make a difference. You know. If the whole world blows up and there's no one left, we're going to be there again. We're going to take over yet again, you know. We can make a difference, and being a generous person, is what we lawyers can do, and I encourage you all to do your very best and use all the time that you can, because it really feels good at the end of the day. Thank you so much.
The second, and it also reminds me that I once had an articles interview at Mallison's, and the reason that one of the reasons indicated to me for why I didn't get a job as an article clerk at Mallison's was they thought my hair was too long. Well, I guess you had the last laugh, didn't you? Second category is Community Lawyer of the Year Award. The Community Lawyers of the Year Award is proudly sponsored by DX. There are 3 finalists shortlisted in this category, and as you know, if you could just, when your name is read out, please stand so that people can acknowledge you. Our first finalist is James Farrell, Principal Lawyer at Pilch Homeless Persons Legal Clinic. James has been involved with many legal services, including Barwon Community Legal, Villamanta Disabilities Rights Legal Service and the Western Suburbs Legal Service. He also contributes to advocacy groups such as Australian Lawyers for Human Rights, the Institute Community Issues Committee and Young Lawyers Section Executive, the Department of Justice Infringement Standing Advisory Group and the Infringements Working Group of the Federation of Community Legal Centres. He is on the board of the Federation and the Council to Homeless Persons. He has used his extensive involvement with community legal services and advocacy groups, together with social media know-how, to assist him in disputes that have very real consequences for homeless people. James Farrell. Second finalist is John Sinners-Gully, a partner at Hunt & Hunt. John has strong pro bono and community links and is a director or pro bono lawyer for a number of charities, including the Marsh Foundation, which is a charity that was established by a Melbourne doctor, Dr David Marsh, and his wife, to bring much needed medical aid to Indonesia, especially Bali. John has also assisted the Long Walk Foundation, a charity established by Michael Long to raise awareness of the needs of Indigenous Australians. John is also directly associated as a committee member for a Victorian youth charity, the Doxa Youth Foundation. John Sinners-Gully. The last finalist is Kirsten Wilson, Principal Lawyer at the AED Legal Centre. Kirsten was the first lawyer at the Disability Employment Action Centre, where she developed a legal advocacy service for people with a disability. This service involves some complexity, and she has innovated a holistic approach where she does not just represent her clients in court, but she is involved in every stage of the legal process. For example, she and other AED lawyers under her direction travel across Victoria to visit clients who may struggle with mobility. She works with her clients for extended periods so that they reach a level of comfort and familiarity. Through her work, Kirsten improves the standing of the legal community and the law by changing the perceptions of all the people her work touches. Kirsten Wilson. And the winner of the Community Lawyer of the Year Award is Kirsten Wilson from the AED Legal Centre. Unfortunately, she is unable to be here today, but Noni Lord will be accepting the award on her behalf.
Noni is Kirsty's assistant, and they are joined together in the work that they do. I have known Kirsty Wilson for some years. My name's Phil Grano, and I was on the committee of the Association of Employees with a Disability when it formed. And Kirsty has been a most extraordinary lawyer, and the devotion that she has to her clients, I haven't seen it, I can't replicate it. Even to the point where, in a recent case involving AED, where they were trying to get people in business services to earn more than $2 an hour, because some of them are, that's all they earn, something like $2 an hour, some of them. That's all they're assessed as being able to, the value of their work. and they're challenging that. And Kirsty not only had people come, she arranged accommodation for them with her family and with other families. She just went out of her way and, would provide lunch for the barristers and would cook and, to keep this organisation going. She's just been a remarkable person. So I can't tell you how honoured I am to know her and how honoured she is to receive this award.
I read with interest that John Sitters Gully works with the charity established by David Marsh in Bali. David must be travelling because I received a text from him last week, because we often say on our radio program that we think the smallest building in the world is probably the VCAT building in Beijing. And he sent me a text saying he's found a smaller building. It's the Quit campaign headquarters in Madrid. Our next category is Government Lawyer of the Year Award. There are 4 finalists for the President's Award in the Government Lawyer of the Year category. And we again invite those nominated to stand. The first is Alison O'Brien, General Counsel at the Victorian Government Solicitor's Office. Alison is one of Victoria's preeminent lawyers in constitutional litigation matters, particularly in the High Court. She advises on complex intergovernmental relations issues such as referrals of power and national legislative schemes. She's been involved in nearly every significant High Court constitutional case over the last decade and been involved in negotiating the boundaries of and the balance between various governmental powers and in determining the relationship between the state and the citizen. Alison has provided clear-sighted advice to government and continues to be sought after for her insight and knowledge in this area. Alison O'Brien. The second finalist is Philip Gelev, Senior Lawyer at Victorian Legal Aid. Philip has worked tirelessly to provide access to justice to countless asylum seekers in immigration detention seeking to exercise their judicial review rights. In doing so, he has been a leader in coordinating a sector response and identified himself as a point of first contact for clients and community agencies across the country. He regularly volunteers with the Refugee and Immigration Legal Centre and represented the centre as a member of the 2010 task force which provided advice and advocacy for asylum seekers in Darwin's Airport Lodge Detention Centre. Philip Gelev. The third and fourth finalists have been nominated jointly. They are Siobhan Mansfield and Alicia Savas, lawyers for the Youth Legal Service at Victorian Legal Aid. Siobhan and Alicia have been instrumental in developing a memorandum of understanding between the Department of Human Services and Victorian Legal Aid in relation to court processes for child protection matters at the Children's Court and a code of conduct for all lawyers practising in the Children's Court. From that work, DHS and VLA have developed an ongoing collaborative relationship with the common goal of making court experiences less stressful for workers and families and more focused on the wellbeing of children. This has included DHS staff participating in VLA's Child Protection Lawyers Induction Program and VLA staff participating in DHS's Beginning Practice Induction Program so that both agencies better understand the mandate and demands of different service provision in this jurisdiction. Siobhan Mansfield and Alicia Savas. And I invite to the stage the winner of the Government Lawyer of the Year Award, Alison O'Brien.
Thanks. I'm very honoured to get this award, particularly amongst such accomplished other nominees. I'd just like to say a couple of words. My whole legal career has been at the Victorian Government Solicitor's Office, and it's given me amazing opportunities to do interesting, significant and often entertaining work. In that career, I've been very well supported by, in particular, the 4 Victorian government solicitors, Ron Beasley, James Syme, John Kane, and now Peter Stewart. And I have a great team in the public law team, and those past and present. So it's just been a wonderful opportunity to do lots of amazing things, advice, litigation, work on law reform, and one of my particular favourites, reviving the ancient writ of supersedious in the Victorian Parliament. So anyway, thanks very much.